You had a list, 5 things, maybe 6. You walked out with 23 items, a candle you didn't need, and a family-sized bag of chips you didn't plan on. And the worst part? You felt completely fine about it. You didn't feel robbed. You felt satisfied. That feeling wasn't an accident. That feeling was engineered, and it started the second you walked through those doors. Red is the most studied color in the history of consumer psychology, not because researchers found it interesting, because companies found it profitable. In the 1970s, a series of studies began connecting color to human behavior at a biological level. Not preference, not opinion, biology. Red raises your heart rate. It increases alertness. It triggers something ancient in your nervous system, something that for hundreds of thousands of years told your brain, pay attention right now. And in a supermarket, attention is everything. Because attention becomes interest. Interest becomes reach. And reach becomes purchase. That's why the sale tag is red. Not orange, not purple, red. Because red doesn't ask for your attention, it takes it. But red alone isn't the trick. Red is just the door. Walk into any major supermarket in America. Stop right at the entrance. Don't grab a cart yet. Just look. And you'll see it. You've always seen it. You just didn't know what you were looking at. Red. Yellow. Green. Everywhere. On signs, on packaging, on banners, on price tags. 3 colors used together in a system so consistent across so many stores that it stopped being a coincidence decades ago. Red is the activator. It stops you. It breaks your walking rhythm. It pulls your eye off the path you were on and onto something you weren't looking for. Every sale sign, every limited time sticker, every clearance banner red. Because the first job isn't to sell you something. The first job is to stop you. And once you're stopped, you're exposed. Exposed to more products, more choices, more decisions. And every extra decision is another chance for the store to win. Yellow is the amplifier. On its own, yellow communicates speed and simplicity. But next to red, something different happens. Yellow slows the urgency down. It transforms stop into stay. It adds warmth, familiarity, the feeling that this, whatever this is a good deal and you'd be foolish to walk past it. That red and yellow combination has been tested on hundreds of millions of people across fast food, retail, and grocery for over 50 years. It is not a design choice. It is a behavioral formula. Green is the permission slip, and this one is the most sophisticated of the 3. Green means natural, safe, healthy, trustworthy, and the human brain processes that association in milliseconds faster than you can read a single word on the packaging. Which means by the time you've actually read what's in the product, your brain has already decided how it feels about it. Studies have shown that people rate the exact same product as significantly healthier when the packaging is green versus red. Identical ingredients, identical nutrition facts, different color, different perception. Green doesn't tell you what's in the product. It tells you how to feel about it before you look. And when red stops you, yellow holds you, and green reassures you. You're not shopping anymore. You're being guided. The store knows where you're going to turn. Here's something most people never think about. When you walk into a supermarket, you turn right. Almost every time. About 90% of shoppers in the United States turn right immediately after entering a store. Not because the layout forces you to. Not because the exit is there. Because that is the direction the human body naturally drifts. Researchers figured this out in the 1960s. And stores have been designing around it ever since. What's on the right when you walk in? The produce section. Fresh fruit, vegetables, flowers, bright colors, natural greens, the smell of something living. It's not there because it's efficient to stock. It's there because it puts you in a good mood, and a person in a good mood spends more. Researchers at the University of Pennsylvania found that positive emotional states increase impulse purchases by up to 40%. So before you've touched a single item on your list, the store has already worked on your emotional state. And your list, the things you actually came for, milk, eggs, bread, butter. Find them on the map of almost any major American supermarket and you'll notice something. They're all at the back. All of them. Separated from each other. Positioned so that getting everything you need requires you to walk through as much of the store as possible. That's not a supply chain decision. That is the entire strategy. The staples are the bait. The walk to get them is the trap. There's a phrase that every single person who works in retail knows and almost no consumer ever hears. Eye level is buy level. The products sitting directly in your line of sight, right at the height your eyes naturally land when you're standing in an aisle, are not there by chance. Brands pay for that placement. Significant money. Slotting fees, they're called. A major brand can pay tens of thousands of dollars per store just to guarantee their product sits at eye level in a specific category. The store brand generics. Bottom shelf. Not because they're inferior. Because they're cheaper, and cheaper doesn't generate slotting revenue. So when you reach for the first thing you see on a shelf, you're not making a free choice. You're completing a purchase someone else already planned. In 1998, a researcher named Brian Wansink ran an experiment in a grocery store. He put up a sign that said, "Limit 12 cans per customer." Sales of that product immediately increased. Dramatically. Not because people needed 12 cans. Because the word limit created the feeling that there wasn't enough. And when the brain senses scarcity, even fake scarcity, it stops evaluating and starts acquiring. Urgency bypasses rational thought. Every time. Now look at shopping carts. The average shopping cart in an American supermarket today is nearly twice the size it was in 1975. Not because families got bigger. Because a half-empty large cart feels wrong. It looks like you haven't gotten enough. And so you fill it. Behavioral researchers call this completion bias, the discomfort of leaving something unfinished. The cart isn't just a tool for carrying items. It's a visual prompt telling you to keep going. And then there's the floor. This one sounds absurd until you see the research. Some stores use different tile sizes in different sections. Larger tiles in areas where they want you to move quickly. The lines pass under your feet faster. Your brain reads it as speed. You keep walking. Smaller tiles in high-margin sections like snacks and impulse buys. Your footsteps slow. Your pace drops. You linger. You look around. And you pick something up. The floor is talking to your brain. And your brain is listening. Here is the part most people completely miss. Everything that supermarkets spent 50 years perfecting in physical space has been rebuilt, precisely, deliberately, in every grocery app, every delivery platform, and every online store you've ever used. The featured section at the top of the app? Paid placement. Same as eye level. The countdown timer on a flash deal? Digital red sale tag. Same urgency. Same biological response. The customers also bought row underneath your selected item. That's the chips next to the salsa aisle, rebuilt in code. The green checkmark on anything labeled organic or natural. Same permission slip. Same instant trust signal. Same psychology, different surface. You didn't escape the supermarket when you started shopping from your couch. You walked into a supermarket with no closing time, no exit, and an algorithm that knows your purchase history better than you do. What you do with this. Knowing this changes things. Not completely. These systems are sophisticated and they work on everyone, including the people who design them. But awareness creates friction. And friction is expensive for these systems because they depend on you moving through them without resistance. Make your list before you go in and treat it like a contract with yourself. Eat before you shop. Hunger doesn't just make you buy more food. It makes you buy more of everything. Shop the perimeter first, where the whole ingredients live, before you go into the aisles. Look at the bottom shelf. Read the back of the package, not the front. The front is marketing. The back is the product. The store was designed for a version of you running on autopilot. The moment you're paying attention, really paying attention, you become the one variable their entire system wasn't built to handle, and that changes everything.